Picture this. You log into your account, you're 62 years old, and there it is, 1.2 million. That's no small feat. It took decades of saving, saying no to a lot of things, and working through market ups and downs to build it. And then the question hits you like a ton of bricks. Is that enough to retire? Can you walk away from work today, live life on your own terms, and never worry about money again? Or could that number, 1.2 million, end up being a trap that looks big today but starts shrinking once the paychecks stop? I've had so many couples and individuals sit across from me this exact spot. And here's the truth. The number isn't the answer. Plan is. Hi, I'm Dan Shevlin. I'm the president of 2020 Financial Group, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. We're going to break it down step by step, what 1.2 million really means at age 62, how long it can last, and the 3 key decisions that will make or break whether you can retire right now. If you'd like to see what 1.2 million looks like for your specific situation, book a time with me using the link below. If you find this helpful, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Every week I post a new video designed to make these decisions clearer and less stressful. The good news about 1.2 million. First, let's start with the positives. Saving 1.2 million by age 62 is no small accomplishment. That's years of hard work, discipline, and sacrifice. And the good news is 1.2 million can absolutely support a solid retirement if it's managed wisely. Here's why your portfolio can generate income with 1.2 million invested in a balanced portfolio. Not too risky, not too conservative. You can typically draw out 3.5 to 4% per year. That's around $45,000 to $55,000 a year in income from your investments without dramatically increasing the risk of running out of money. That's before taxes, but it's a strong starting point. You have other income sources. At 62, you still have Social Security to consider and maybe a pension or rental income. Let's say Social Security adds another $25,000 per year. Now that $55,000 becomes closer to $80,000. Suddenly you've got a retirement paycheck, not just a retirement balance. You have flexibility. And finally, with 1.2 million, you have options. You can decide to work 1 or 2 more years to make that number even stronger. You can retire now, but be strategic about withdrawals. You can delay your Social Security to 67 or 70 and lock in a bigger benefit. You're not stuck. You have room to make choices. Where it gets tricky, the 3 questions you must answer now, here's the reality check. I've seen a lot of people come into my office thinking a 7-figure portfolio means they're set for life. But once we dig into the details, the picture changes. That's why I always ask these 3 questions. First question is, how much will you spend? Do you need $60,000 a year to be comfortable? $90,000, $120,000? This is the starting point. If your lifestyle cost $100,000 a year and your portfolio plus Social Security adds up to $70,000, you've got a gap that needs to be solved, and that gap doesn't fix itself. It has to come from either reducing your expenses, saving more, or earning additional income early in retirement. Question number 2, how is your portfolio invested? Some people get scared at 62. They move everything into cash. That feels safe, but here's the danger. Inflation. At 3% inflation, a $1.2 million cash balance loses around $36,000 of purchasing power every single year. On the other hand, if you stay too aggressive and the market drops 20% early in your retirement, you're pulling money out of a shrinking portfolio, something that can take years to recover from. The sweet spot is balance. You need a plan that helps manage your downside while still allowing for growth. Question number 3, how long does the money need to last? If you retire at 62, there's a very real chance you or your spouse could live to your 90s. That's 30 plus years of retirement. Your withdrawal strategy needs to be built for that. Longevity is a risk you have to plan for. These 3 questions show you something important. 1.2 million is not the finish line. It's the starting point for a strategy. Social Security timing, this is one of the biggest decisions you'll face at 62. You can claim Social Security right now, but doing that comes with a permanent cut, 25 to 30% less than if you waited until full retirement age. For example, if your full retirement age benefit is $2,000 per month, claiming at 62 reduces it to about $1,400. That reduction lasts for life. For many people, delaying Social Security while using your portfolio early can actually create more lifetime income. It's a trade-off. Draw more heavily from investments in your early 60s and let your benefit grow so that by your late 60s or 70s, that guaranteed income is bigger. Healthcare before 65. This is a blind spot I see over and over. At 62, you're not eligible for Medicare yet. That means you need private health insurance for 3 years, and that can easily cost $10,000 to $20,000 per year for a couple. You need to plan for that gap. A realistic scenario. Let's walk through an example. Say you want to spend $80,000 a year from 62 to 67. Social Security isn't there yet, so most of that $80,000 comes from your portfolio. Once you hit 67 and Social Security kicks in with $30,000 per year, the pressure on your portfolio drops. Instead of taking out $80,000, maybe you only need to withdraw $50,000. The first 5 years are the heavy lift. If you manage that well and invest carefully, $1.2 million can absolutely support this plan. But without a plan, it can disappear faster than you think. So can you retire at 62 with $1.2 million? The answer is yes. With a plan. If your spending is in line, your withdrawals are tax efficient, and your portfolio is built for both growth and risk management, $1.2 million at 62 can give you a very confident retirement. If those things aren't lined up, it's a gamble. So here's the bottom line. Having $1.2 million at 62 puts you in a strong position, but it's not a free pass. It gives you freedom, but only if you know how to turn that lump sum into a reliable paycheck that lasts for 20 to 30 years. If you leave retirement to chance, the market, taxes, and healthcare cost will make the decisions for you. If you have a plan, you get to make those decisions on your terms, and that's really what this stage of life is all about. Control. Control over when you stop working. Control over how much risk you're taking. Control over how you spend your time without worrying if the money will last. If you're sitting here thinking, I'm close, but I don't know if I'm ready, you're not alone. The clients I work with aren't trying to hit a magic number. They want to know if their savings can support the life that they actually want to live. The clarity, the confidence that comes from finally knowing, that's priceless. If this video helped you see things more clearly, hit the like button. It lets me know this is the type of content you want more of. And subscribe to the channel. Every week we break these decisions down into plain language so you can make them with confidence. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you here in the next one.